Alright, here for another video today. This one is going to be another video about reality. Very closely related to the topic of my video, realities in our heads. So if you haven't watched that, I recommend that you go back and watch that video first. But anyway, last video I made about Jesus and everything, it was kind of like rambly and I wasn't really straight to the point, so I got some notes here. Gonna try to straighten that out, get to the point more quickly and know what I'm talking about. So alright, the basic thing that I'm gonna speak about today is how language alters our reality and pretty much shapes our reality, and how nothing exists in reality, in our personal reality, without us having a word assigned to that thing. So if something doesn't have a word, like, what is this thing right here? There's a ridge right beneath your nose, and then there's this little like dimple. What's it called? If you don't have a name, you'll never draw it. You will never draw it. They did a study on this, and they had people draw on a chalkboard or whatever a face, and they said very specifically for the classroom to draw every single feature of the face that they know. And of course they drew the ears, the eyes, the eyebrows, the nose, everything that has a name. They drew hair, everything that has a name, lips, everything. But the thing that they didn't know the name of, I mean, there is a name for this, it's like the philtrum or something like that, philtrum, I think. I just looked it up, but it's unimportant. But they didn't know the name of this, so they didn't draw it. And the people who conducted the study, they went back and they showed the students, well, you guys all forgot this, do you know what it's called? And none of the students knew what it was called. So that just goes to kind of prove the point. But anyway, this is related to the SapirWhorf Hypothesis, and I've got it here, so I'm just going to read it off. Basically, what the SapirWhorf Hypothesis says is that our perception of reality is determined by our thought processes. So, I mean, that's pretty logical. The way we think kind of changes our reality and how we see reality, how we interact with the world. And then the next thing is our thought processes are constrained by language. We can't really think outside of language. Like, well, some people claim to think in like shapes or like abstract forms like that, but I don't really agree with that, I've never thought that way before. I think Steven Pinker said, he called it mentalese. It's the language of thought, and that he said that thought has its own language, but I'm not sure I really agree with that. I think that once we grow up and have a certain language, that language constrains our thought processes for sure. And that's the second part of the SapirWhorf Hypothesis. And the third part is, because of those first 2 points, that means that our perception of reality is constrained by our language. And it goes back to, something doesn't exist in our reality if we don't have a word for it. And it goes back to that example I gave of the students who couldn't draw this thing right here. They never drew it because they didn't know the name. So yeah, it's just something to think about. Very related to my video, Reality is in Your Head, is in Our Heads. Please watch that. I think it's one of my better videos, and it's kind of a unique idea, and I think you guys can get something out of watching it. But that's all I have for this video. Just something kind of cool to think about. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you enjoy watching my videos, please subscribe. You know, share my video on like Facebook or Twitter, or even share it on YouTube. I don't know, you know, just share it somewhere if you think I'm doing a good job, and you know, it would really help me out, because I'm really trying to expand, get more viewers, reach more people with my videos. So it really would help if you guys could share my videos if you like them. You know, if you don't like them, well, you know, it's whatever. I understand. But if you do like them, I would much appreciate it if you share them. Thanks for watching.